Alright, so I informed Captain about what was going on.
I am so sorry about that. Alright.
That is fine.
Is Captain coming in?
Everyone,
as
please
soon as they call
rise
him,
as
everything's
we
good.
have a case. Plaintiff, Mr. Williams versus defendant, Mr. AJ. Please rise for your honorable Judge Captain Jack Morgan.
What? Oh.
Captain.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, there he
you
is.
think you
sorry.
about it. Oh, wow, boo-boo. Come here.
Oh, he created the world. That's so cool.
Get off of the chair.
Oh, prosecution. Your opening statements, please.
Yes.
May I ask you to
Your Honor, before we start this trial,
Can you please be seated?
and before my opening statement, I would just like to state a set of facts and reality. We have a one-person jury. Now, sometimes that can lead to someone being biased, and someone, well, yes, being biased. And that is why I am requesting a motion to bench trial before I give my opening statement, Your Honor.
I'm sorry, a motion to bench trial?
Yes.
Sounds like
For a bench trial,
he means
Your Honor.
trial by judge, Your Honor, not by jury.
Right, I just want to make sure I heard him correctly. He was glitching a little bit.
Yeah, sorry about that.
As it stands right now, we only have one jury member. We need at least 3 to have a capable jury. No offense against Master Grubb. I'm sure he's more than competent. But that's only just one person making a decision. So we can go ahead and have a bench trial.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Crap, come down here.
You're muted, Matt.
Yeah.
Oh, you can't hear me?
Mute. Oh. Are you in like a little
down
safe?
here.
Are you in a safe zone? Oh.
He's probably in a party, maybe.
Yeah,
He's muted.
Why is this?
You guys hear me?
I can.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yes.
Master, come down here. They
Can you hear me?
dismissed you as jury.
Can you read sign language?
Yes.
Master,
What does this mean?
Yes.
No, whatever.
Mr. Grubb, you are requested to please return to the audience.
I'm glitching. Hold on.
I'm
Great,
glitching.
the gun was
Hold
stuck
on.
in my hand.
Is that what that means?
I'm glitching. I gotta. Can I do it again?
It's
Okay. Please begin with your opening statements.
yes, Your Honor. Your Honor, last week at exactly 9:48 p.m. PST, Pacific Standard Time, Mr. AJSR00 trespassed onto my client's property and then eventually committing breaking and entering. Also, Mr. AJSR00 did in fact steal many pieces of jewelry that I have included into my evidence form, Your Honor. And we are suing Mr. AJSR00 for at least $100,000 in damages, including the thievery of these items. And also, as a request for my client, it's just a request, you may deny it. My client's request is the maximum sentence of 2 years in the county jail. That is all we are requesting, or I guess it's a recommendation.
Could you please
And that is
repeat the number of the damages that you're looking for? I did not hear the dollar amount.
$100,000, sir.
$100,000 plus the total of whatever's on that
Good thing you're in
list.
a party.
Yes, Your Honor. And that is my opening statement, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you. Defense, your opening statement, please.
Your Honor, my client pleads not guilty. $100,000 in stolen goods. $100,000. He says $100,000, but in his opening statement, he didn't even state what those items were that equaled $100,000. But let me guess, he's going to come up later with some
Could you please
surprise
step up to the
witness and a
podium?
whole list of an invoice that's going to state what this $100,000 claims was. I move to strike that any evidence that he brings forward from this moment forward claiming that any merchandise equals $100,000 be stricken from evidence because he didn't actually
No,
just
I'll hear you.
present $100,000 worth of
I'll
evidence.
tell
He
you what
just
you're
presented a
talking about.
$100,000 bill on some BS that doesn't exist. Obviously, it doesn't exist because if he did, along with the bill, he would have had an invoice which he did not present. So we plead not guilty.
Okay.
Oh,
Thank you.
I did not know that. Is that better?
Yes, that is better. Thank you.
Noted.
Is that the finish of your statement, counsel?
Yes, it is.
Mr. Hellman, counsel, your first witness.
Oh man, I think you're in a party.
And you are right.
Your
I would
first
like to
witness.
bring my client, Mr. William ST 911, to the stand, Your Honor.
Very well.
No, that one. Okay.
Could you stand over here for the witness? Thank you.
He's belligerent. He doesn't even know
You're
the
on
witness
mute.
name right now.
Miss
There you go.
Mr. William, do you swear to? Can you please put your hand on the Bible there? Do you swear to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth?
Yep.
Okay.
I'm hungry.
Your Honor, how many questions am I permitted at this time?
I only ate like 1 wing, 2 wings, maybe 2 wings. And
One more time.
piece of pizza.
How many questions am I permitted at this time, Your Honor?
You are permitted 4 questions.
Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. William, can you tell me what events occurred on the day of the incident?
I woke up and I ate a big breakfast burrito and some hot dog and some Cheetos like on the side of it. And all I heard was like a noise in my backyard, and someone climbed over my fence and was snuck in. I think perhaps because a bunch of stuff was missing from my house and sold a little while later. And I seen them, and I was going to meet the person who did it, and it was him.
Objection, Your Honor. Why would he be going to meet the person that allegedly broke into his home? That doesn't even make sense.
I'm gonna answer that because I caught him in the act of selling my items.
Mr. William,
There'll be an
can you...
opportunity for cross-examination momentarily. Please continue
I
your
was
questioning.
objecting to his... Go ahead.
You're objecting to what?
I was objecting to the answer that he was giving. He's saying that he went to go meet with the poor person. He went to go meet with the person who stole the items. Why would you be meeting with the person that stole your items? Like, that doesn't make sense. So you're charging somebody with theft, and then you're talking about you met them to go and buy your items. That doesn't even make sense. Or you met the person that went and stole your items in the first place. I'm just confused. I'm so confused that I can't even get his story straight coming out of my own mouth. That's how confusing it is.
Mr. Williams,
May I
did
speak?
you go and meet the defendant to get your items back, or did you go meet a third party to go get your items back?
I met him, but he didn't know it was me. He didn't know he like he seen my stuff getting sold on Amazon as like brand new, and I went and there was no like shipping, so he wanted me to come and get it because he didn't know who I was, and he was the one there with my stuff.
So you're claiming that you went to go meet the defendant to go purchase back your own belongings.
Yeah.
Okay. A defense, does that clear it up for you? That's his statement? That's his story?
Yes, that just opens up a whole line of questioning during my interrogation. Thank you, Your Honor.
Absolutely, and you will have that opportunity as soon as the prosecution...
Your Honor, I would like to have the word interrogation rephrased to cross-examination. As that
Consider
seems...
it done. Interrogating will be considered called cross-examination.
Thank you.
Now, please
Mr.
continue. And I do apologize for the gavel that stuck to my hand. There's nothing I can do.
It's fine. Trust me, when I was doing that earlier, it was freaking out. Mr. William. Why... Wait, how would I say this? Mr. William, what were you doing on the day of the incident?
What?
Just answer the question.
I was eating some good food, like I said earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Some Cheetos.
Objection,
hot
Your Honor.
dogs,
Nobody cares
good
what he
breakfast
was
burrito.
eating. Next question. Nobody cares what he was eating. What he was eating has nothing to do with the case.
Relevance.
I was...
Just let me answer the question, please. Sorry,
Mr.
that last one
William,
wasn't supposed to
I'm going to
happen.
have to ask you to not talk about food that you had in the morning. Just explain that. What were you doing during the time the event was happening?
I was sleeping.
What the... Oh my god.
That morning, I was eating a breakfast burrito.
So are you saying that your items were stolen during the night while you slept?
Your Honor, I believe that exceeds the 4 questions minimum or the 4 questions maximum that the plaintiff was allowed to ask.
I would like to retire
that was his fourth question. That was his fourth question. I was just trying to get the reasoning behind the question and simplify the question to answer ratio. And I'm guessing because that was your fourth question, defense.
I would like to retire my questioning.
Yes, he will have to stay on the witness stand until
stay up there. Stay
the
up there.
defense attorney
Go back.
has an opportunity
Go back.
to speak to.
Oh my fucking god! Wait, frick! I would like to correct
Your
myself.
Honor,
Oh my
Your
freaking
Honor,
God.
Your Honor.
Downstairs.
Okay, so Mr. Williams, Street 911. You said that you discovered your items being sold on Amazon by the defendant. Is that correct?
Correct.
You said at that time that's when you found out that the defendant is the one who stole your items. Is that correct?
Correct.
Okay, Your Honor, or I'm sorry. You stated that at the time that you discovered your items stolen, you discovered them on Amazon being sold by the defendant. Yes
Correct.
or no? Not
Correct.
once did you say that you saw the defendant stealing the items. You just say that you saw the defendant with the stolen items. Not once did you say that you saw him stealing items. Is that correct?
Correct.
You said that during the time of the robbery you were asleep. Is that correct?
Repeat that.
You said at the time of the robbery you were asleep.
Correct.
So at the time of the robbery that the supposedly defendant came into your apartment and stole these items, you were asleep. So therefore, you didn't see the person who actually came into the house and stole the items. Is that correct?
What did you say again?
Yeah, you have to answer correctly because you don't want to perjure yourself. Because in the previous question that I asked you, you stated that you did not know who the person was who stole the items until you saw them being sold on Amazon. So you really can't recant your statement and say that you saw the defendant stealing the items out of your house after you just said that you were asleep during the robbery. Being that you were asleep during the robbery, you can't prove that my client is the one who actually stole the items. The only thing that you can prove is that maybe my client was in possession of the items that were stolen, but you have no proof that he actually stole the items. So who's to say that someone else didn't steal the items from the residence and he bought those items off of that person, and that's how he ended up assuming the items in the first place and selling them on Amazon? Because that was the only way that you were able to identify the person who you think stole the items. Is that correct? I'm done. No further questions, Your Honor.
You may sit down.
Why are you sitting there with your mouth all twisted up?
Defense, do you have a witness to call or
AJ?
Your mic is muted or something.
I'm defending
Green?
you and you froze? Oh, Lord have mercy.
Green? Here,
had to
wait,
go to
what
the
happened to your
bathroom? I
client?
think I meant here.
Join
Remember
the
that.
party.
He glitched out, but I'm sure he'll
Alright,
be
he'll
back.
be back here soon. Alright, yeah, here, I'll be your witness for now.
Can I call my first witness, Your Honor?
You may.
My first witness, Your Honor, is Frost Clips.
Mr. Frostclips, do you
Are you even supposed to
swear to
have
tell
that,
the whole
bro?
the truth and nothing but the truth?
You're not supposed to have that. Are you like security or something?
How you doing today, Frost Clips?
Horrible. I'm in court.
I know. Same feeling for me on a Saturday afternoon. Got nothing better to do other than come in here and fight court cases.
Put
But
it down, please.
that's neither here nor there.
Put it down.
Can you tell me, how do you know my client?
Put that down. Let it go. Please do not go back into the
Alright, say
jail.
that again, sorry. So, I heard say that again?
How do you know my client?
Well, I'm good friends with them.
Do you guys often sell items on Amazon, eBay, Instagram, Facebook Market?
Yeah, I'll tell you how it works. We run a program where we don't we tell people, like, if you guys need some items sold, you come hand it to us and we'll sell them. We'll give you half and we'll take the other half. And that's how our program works. We made it up ourselves, and we post it on Facebook and Instagram, and that's our program and basically our own business.
Okay, so can you tell me, do you guys buy items through personal sales to sell on Amazon?
Personal sales, like
for instance, if I had a pair of shoes and I wanted to sell them on Amazon, I could give them to your company and your company would sell them, get a profit, and split those proceeds with me. Is that how it works?
Yes, that is exactly how it works.
Okay, so there's no way of telling that if I were to giving you a pair of shoes, if they were actually my shoes or my boyfriend's shoes or my neighbor's shoes, correct?
That is very much correct.
So there's no way of knowing sometimes if the items that you are selling sometimes may be stolen, especially if they weren't reported.
That is very much correct. And also, with our program, this happens a lot with the stealing and then the blame trying to be put on us. So we've been to court a bunch. So we're thinking about closing down the business and being a little bit more secure because this has happened a lot.
No further questions, Your Honor. I think I'm being summoned to the table by my client anyway. No further questions at this time. I reserve the right to cross-examine my witness again in the future. Thank you.
Duly noted.
Thank you, Your
Counsel,
Honor.
Get that.
I
cross-examination.
know my son walked away with mine.
Yes, Your Honor.
Some
Let me
things I
just
wanna
set
tell
up my
you.
paper real quickly. There we go. Better
I wanna
view.
tell you.
All right. Mr. Forrest Clips.
Come on,
Jesus.
Frost.
Oh my God.
Oh Lord, here we go with throwing
It's
the
a Frost
papers again.
Clips. If you know how to read.
I'm not.
I see you.
So-
Keep going.
Mr. Frost Clips.
Can I have my lighter?
Were you in possession? No.
Where? Oh.
Counselor, is everything all right?
Just taking a
Yeah,
question.
just having a little mental moment.
Technical
Just-
difficulties.
Yep.
Ma'am.
Yep. Mr. Frost Clips, you say that you own a company that
On the date,
sells
wasn't
items
even there.
or
Yes. We get the items from
These
people. You know, they hit us up on
that I was at the
Facebook,
notary
Instagram,
getting some stuff,
or
some documents.
Snap.
Gave me
They hit us
my
up,
shit.
and they're like, "Hey, I got an
Well,
item
you'll
to
be my
sell,"
second
and we do
witness.
the whole business. We run them in.
So just
We
hold
make
on.
our profit, and we split it. Split it in half and half as much as we
Notary.
can.
Mhm.
So yeah.
Mr. Frost Clips. Sorry about that. It's just the letters are get mixed. Mr. Frost Clips.
Hold on.
I would like to bring up your. It says right
I
here.
object, Your
It-
Honor. Hold on. I object, Your Honor. The plaintiff's lawyer just said that he could not read the witness's name correctly because the words get mixed up. Is it possible to assume that Mr. Hellman suffers from dyslexia, and that is the reason why he cannot read these charges or the information correctly? And if that is the case, then that is very possible that they have the wrong person in court due to his.
Oh,
Can we just ask some questions? I don't know what's going on here.
wow. Wow.
Ask.
The way
Okay.
he crossed his arms at me and sat back, like, whoa, I had to laugh at that one.
Wow.
But
Wow.
obviously he's
Never
dyslexic,
had
and
someone
I don't
made fun of my.
understand. I don't understand why we're in court because there's a possibility that he's just reading his information mixed up or backwards, since he just called Mr. Frost Clips Mr. Frosty Flakes. It could be possible that we have the wrong person in court, that he has the wrong person in court today.
Is there something funny, Miss Flip?
Yeah, I didn't come from a cereal box. I look like a tiger.
You're great.
I'm sorry. Here, you got yes. Just ask your questions.
Counsel, do you have any questions for the witness?
Come on.
I'm going to have to ask if you can either ask the question or I'm going to ask him to step down.
I thought maybe he froze for a second.
Mr. Frost Clips.
Yep.
Frost Clips is his name.
Yes.
Yep. Just call me
Now
Frost.
I will for now call him Mr. Clips, as evidently I can't spell his name.
Just ask your question, dog. I got some business deals to go on. What's your question?
I would like to bring up your criminal history on theft and stealing.
Your Honor,
within your
the witness
company.
is not. Your Honor, I object. The witness is not on
Whoa.
trial. The witness. That's the witness. The witness is not on
Objection
trial.
sustained.
And y'all,
Witness here is not on trial.
Your Honor, I'd also like to say something. All that criminal theft that he's bringing up, like I said, we've been to court multiple times for this these calls.
We're not on trial here, so you don't have to worry about explaining it, luckily.
Alright.
You cannot be tried for the same... Sorry. You cannot be tried for the same crime twice.
Your Honor, I retire my questioning. And I retire this.
Okay.
Bye.
He just walked out.
Your Honor,
Come
can I
back
call
here.
my second witness up to the stand, please?
Oh, wait.
The lawyer has...
Maybe that is not
left.
needed.
Your attorney has left, Mr. Williams.
What's an attorney?
And again.
Therefore, I have no choice but to rule in favor of the defendant. However, Mr. AJ, if you do still have
Frank, you got a
possession
case
of that
going on?
property, Michigan law specifies if you know it's stolen, you must return it, or else you could face felony charges.
Yep.
So
It
you
wasn't
must
stolen.
return it back
You
to
didn't have
Mr.
stolen
Williams.
property. Didn't have
It's
stolen
agreed.
property. He didn't prove
Am
that.
I not the
there was
best
stolen
witness
property.
He
ever?
can prove
Yep.
serial numbers of
William,
the stuff,
William.
and I will return it to him.
stop jumping.
AJ,
Why are you
am I
so
not the
small?
best
Okay,
witness